All right, we are live. Puppy 2 time. Get on today. Let's jump into it right away. Get this rolling. Do one draft tonight. I've done a few already today. Been pretty soft. I thought it'd be like pretty sharp. Draft right now would be usually pretty good, but it's been really soft actually. Excited about that. Get all of going chat. Okay. I'm getting some weird picks. Some people doing very uncorrelated, like not even like base level correlation, not even like first level of stacking. So that's been pretty good. Yeah, let's see. 110. I have not gotten a pick in the top 4 yet. Top 5. Yeah, best I've gotten is 6. So picking from the 10 spot. You can get some wacky stuff on the turn though. There's some like really egregious reaches people are doing. I was in a draft early today, so I'm gonna pick James Conner at 105. Just some real wacky stuff I've been seeing. I was gonna say it happens all the time, but it's definitely out there. Play this. Sounds of not getting copyright infringement. Okay. Got my best ball draft guide up. The link down in the description for my best ball draft guide. While you're down there, click the like, subscribe, comment below what you think of this draft. From the last half of the draft, usually looking at doing like a 0 RB build. Pretty much doing looking 0 RB everywhere. It's either 0 RB or hero RB. I don't think there's much merit in doing hyper fragile potentially, but this puppy though was where you can definitely get your really good setup of not having a bunch of people also doing 0 RB. People are that's pretty soft. There's not a lot of people doing 0 RB taking the risky high EV strategies. So you'll see a lot of guys just bang off three running backs in a row, but they're all Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon, 0 upside guys. And you're like, okay, well, this guy's getting Jamar Chase at the 108, so go him, I guess. We're up. I always go Diggs here. Diggs at 110 doesn't feel great. I got Diggs at 111. Just my last draft, I got Diggs 111 and Devontae Adams 202. So that was a really good start that turned into probably like one of the best drafts I'll have. Devontae goes right afterwards. If Kelsey makes it back to me, that's pretty cool. Other than that, we might just go for a hero RB start. CD would be okay as well. We already get that gut feeling that this is going to be a pretty soft room, just with the 3 running backs going before Jamar Chase. It seems wrong. 1 through 5 seem pretty set. Anytime it deviates off that, I assume it's not going to be like a normal room. So we're just going to keep it up. Hope for the best here. But yeah, puppy too. CD Evans on turn, so Kelsey makes it back to us. I've been getting Kelsey so often in these drafts. Just do it though. Just do it, yeah. So start off Diggs Kelsey. One thing I have noticed about the puppies so far is good tight ends slide. I think it has to do with people not picking tight ends usually in most like normal like home leagues. People don't usually pick tight ends. And the other thing is the good quarterbacks slide a little bit. That like second tier quarterbacks though goes way earlier. And that pushes all the other quarterbacks up too. People have to get their guys. So getting in that first tier of quarterbacks, like Allen, Mahomes, Kyler, Lamar, all go at or below 8 after ADP, but guys after that get pushed up. Like Brady goes higher, Rodgers goes higher, Hurts goes higher, Lance goes higher. They all go higher. Like everybody's trying to fill out their lineup. They're just trying to get all their starting lineups ready to go, and then they start drafting bench guys. So. Alright, pretty happy with the run out so far here. I don't like the guy directly to the right of me also wins 0 RB. Means we'll probably be competing for running backs later. Just one thing to keep in mind when we're picking guys that when you try to go for like a double tap running back later, they probably won't be there on the turn, so I have to choose which one to go first pretty carefully. Forgot to do this. Mark all the Bills and Bengals players for that Week 17 sweet correlation. I've been going here for Bills. Bengals, up for the bring back. The Eggins win already? Okay. There's not many draftable Bengals right now either, is the thing. And then we have Kelsey, so that is Chiefs. Fire all these guys off. And they play the Broncos Week 17. Alright, I'm going to force myself to not take another early tight end here. The one thing I've been doing when I get Kelsey or someone early is I've been taking a tight end or like around 100. Getting that like Dawson Knox, Zach Ertz, Freiermuth range. That seems bad, so I think I'm going to go later. Take the board, see how else ran out. Pretty standard so far. CMC guy probably should have taken Leonard Fournette, but the James Conner slide is pretty good here. Really shaking up like your typical home league draft right now. Just not a lot of dudes. So Marquise Brown, that's really early on Brown. He's got a double Arizona stack. I would assume one of these is gonna be Kyler then, and he just has a really early Kyler. We got a guy on auto already. Be interesting. Mark Andrews this early feels so much worse when you see Kelsey go in the same round. I don't think Kelsey and Andrews are in the same tier. I think Kelsey's like tier 1, Andrews and Pitts are like tier 2, and then Waller and Kittle are like tier 3. I think there's still separation between Kelsey and Andrews, so getting them in the same round doesn't feel good. Kelsey should be going in the first round. Yeah, this is where the guys are just filling in their lineups now. Okay, this guy starts off Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Josh Allen. I would have thought about Allen, but obviously not. Okay, we're up again. Cortland Sutton's the easy click here. Yeah, let's go with Cortland Sutton. I really like DJ Moore, but Cortland Sutton makes the most sense, so we'll go Cortland Sutton. Start our Denver Chiefs stack right off. Yeah. I think this is the mistake with 0 RB builds. Like you start off bang receiver, you just gotta commit to it. You're already playing so far catch up on running backs that taking one in the thirds I don't think helpful. I like Team 12 start. That's a really nice like hero RB start. Okay, we're up again. It'd be a reach on guys with any real correlation. I don't want to double stack Buffalo if I'm not getting Josh Allen. So I think I'm just gonna take Terry McLaurin here. No, we'll take Deontay Johnson. Take Deontay Johnson. They're really close in my opinion. I should have just like flipped a coin. Should have gone to random.org and just flipped one. You look at the Ravens though, which is really nice. That's what some Lamar plays in the next round. I've been in the spot a few times already, and usually you get a crack at taking J.K. Dobbins right here, or right here as your first running back. Whereas with Gary McLaurin, you're looking at Washington and Cleveland. You're just not stacking that game. It's probably like truly awful. Truly the worst game. Okay, this guy is just playing his own game of best ball today. Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, running backs. I don't even think that was autoed. I wasn't really paying attention, but I don't think that was autoed. So that is pretty sad for him. Lamar goes quite early to the Mark Andrews play. That makes sense. If I'm in that spot though, I'm waiting to try to get him at 53. I don't think you push him to 44. That's quite a ways ahead of ADP. Lamar's ADP is 53. You took him 10 spots ahead. 10 spots ahead in the first 4 rounds is way different than 10 spots in the last round. Last few rounds, like that is. Yeah, you could have gotten him at ADP. I would have just been better off with that. I don't think you were worried about any of these guys reaching for him. And maybe I'm just wrong on this, but it feels like Waller should be going higher than 45. He's just been getting knocked down. He was going like around 40, which seems about right. I don't think he's not too different than Kyle Pitts. Maybe he has less market share, but he's on a way better offense, so gotta balance that out. Thanks Mahomes on the one turn. Not what I would do, but I don't think you ever reach on Mahomes right now. This draft's gonna be all weird now though, because this guy took Josh Allen and Justin Herbert. We have to just think about our plays a little bit more. Lamar went around too early. One guy has Allen and Herbert. So that's just, you gotta think about that as more as like there's one less elite quarterback for everybody now. It's not like you can't like you can get over it. It's just like, man, players will not fall anymore. That's just basically it. This is probably gonna be like the first build I have where we're just looking at pretty late. I can't believe this guy right here didn't take Kyler. I think it was on auto though. I think if you reach for Brown and it's like, it's not a reach on Connor, but you gotta go for Kyler there. Ever. The other thing I didn't like about the Washington Cleveland stack, I don't want to take any of the quarterbacks. So you're kind of like just taking one of your bullets away on a quarterback, because you're not taking Wentz, well, you couldn't take Wentz. Kind of set up for a 3 QE build at that point, and I don't want to figure out the Cleveland situation. It's probably Jacoby all year though. Jalen at 56. I'm on the clock. So Dobbins is sitting there for us. The guy on the turn has, I think he makes it back. I want to do something a little different. I think I'm gonna take Mooney here. I want to try to like set up for a Justin Fields, I think. I think normally when people are taking Fields, they're taking him just because he's in a good spot. He's pretty cheap. And people aren't usually prioritizing the Mooney Field stack. This guy was hero RB. I think he's gonna bang off 2 receivers, or receiver, quarterback, receiver, tight end. I think if he wanted Dak, he needs to take him. I'd be worried. I do like this 12 spot start. Not a fan of the 11 spot though. Started off really good, and then just 3 running backs. 2 of them are like might not even be the starters on their team come season end. It's funny I say that though, because like these 2 might not be. This one definitely won't be. James Robinson will. But yeah, we just get J.K. Dobbins again. J.K. Dobbins is the safety blanket right here in this spot every single draft. So we need to target our Bears. Justin Fields has a really late ADP, which just makes him really interesting. And grabbing, I love 18th round Pringle. They paid him. Like, he's going to be part of their offense. The Lions guys are cheap, other than Amon-Ra and Swift. So team's looking good. So recap first 6 rounds. Basically your standard 0 RB. We went Diggs, Kelsey, Sutton, Johnson, Mooney, and then Dobbins in the 6th. Really committed to the 0 RB strategy, but still got like what I would consider a good running back. Way to think about this, is there any difference between Dobbins in the 6th and Cam Akers in the 4th? I don't think so. I mean, the real way to think about this is there a difference between Dobbins in the 6th and Etienne in the 3rd? I know, like, people say Etienne's got crazy good upside, but Dobbins has like the same exact case on a better offense. Burrow goes 67. It's kind of like the end of the first tier of elite quarterbacks. We could definitely look at Russell in our turn. We have Cortland Sutton. They'll be after ADP, which would make me happy. Oh, Russell goes, so that's off the table for us. Definitely locked into Fields. I gotta think about when we're gonna want to take him though. We're probably gonna look for him at the 111 spot, round 10. Just gotta keep a little bit of an eye on quarterbacks though, Vincent. This is wonky business with some guy having 2 already. Makes all of them go up. When an elite one goes early, all of them go up. So be a little keen to that. Every time I look at this J.K. Dobbins pick, it feels so much better than like seeing 2 picks later, Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, Gibson go. Then you start drafting backup A.J. Dillon, Tony Pollard. Like you're getting like still a starter in J.K. Dobbins on a really good offense. Assuming he's healthy and good to go. So that is the risk. Could show up for training camp and they say nope, not ready to go yet. Seems like that's pretty unlikely though, at this point. Alright, we'll start scouting out our next pick here. Not a CEH guy, so not doing that. I mean, if Russell Gage is still there, we're gonna scoop that up. Am I? I do like Russell Gage. I like him after ADP. I don't like him at his ADP, but I like him after. He's kind of the opposite of guys we should be targeting though with There's no more Bucks to take. And they play the Panthers. He's kind of the opposite of the guy you want to take, because he's gonna have a really strong start of the season and come and his later will go down when Godwin returns. But I think there's enough. I think there's enough passing volume in that offense to sustain 3 receivers. They did it last year with Brown, so Brady, Lance go immediately after me. We gotta look at the quarterback landscape. Sky goes really early. Not reaching on quarterback. Are we taking CEH? Okay. 8th round CEH, I guess. I don't love CEH. I would never take him above ADP. With already having a bet on Kansas City's offense and the Denver stack, we can give it a try though. With basically 7 picks of value. Because of like all the same reasons that you like him as you like J.K. Dobbins. He's the #1 running back in a really good offense. Just very worried about Rojo. CEH in round 8 feels like way worse than Rojo in round 12. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We're back up here. I just want to review a few of these teams because you can see some really interesting things. Like this person double tap. Well, he didn't double tap, but he went Mitchell Lance, which feels like pretty negative correlation. Doesn't have a Las Vegas player. This is not setting up for week 17. Doesn't have like a pass catcher for San Francisco. Elijah Mitchell's not really a pass catching running back. This guy has Brady, Godwin, Evans. Could be like really good. This guy has Dak and no other Dallas players. And no Tennessee players who they're playing week 17. Jalen, and he has nothing. Jalen you can make up for later though, so I let that one go. This guy we're not even gonna look at, he screwed something up here. He should have taken Goddard though, I guess he has Pitts. Burrow with Higgins. Or Andrews, naked, Tyler, like naked like running quarterbacks is kind of okay. Oh, Stafford 3 spot feels pretty strong. Russell by himself. Problem with Russell by yourself here is you missed out on Judy already. You've missed out on Sutton already. So you're banking on getting Tim Patrick and AJ Hamler and Albert O. Okay, I'm a little surprised right now. This guy in the first spot definitely should have taken MVS over Chris Olave. MVS is not making it back to him. People keep saying like the Chiefs' offense is going to be like they have no idea to do with receivers. It seems pretty easy actually. Like actually, who's starting? It's gonna be Juju, MVS, and Mecole. Sky will take Mecole's spot eventually, or they'll have like a rotational thing. But to me, those 4 guys, and Kelsey, it's like. But I think Juju and MVS are like out there every play, and the third spot's just Sky / Mecole. I mean, with that theory, MVS should be going way earlier than 97. my 2 cents on that. I probably need to look at Tyler Boyd. What are we at? Oh yeah, we're picking Justin Fields at 111. Both of you guys have quarterbacks I just took. He has Amon-Ra and Swift. He's probably looking to set up Goff, but he could be grabbing Fields for the Week 17 correlation. Although I don't see any other Week 17 correlation on his team right now. Not Carolina. No. Yeah, he doesn't have any other Week 17 correlation, so it's just probably not something he's looking for. And he's not at the top of the queue, so that's kind of good for me. I could double tap quarterback here. Go Rodgers, Fields, and be done. I don't hate it. I don't mind this pick. I definitely click the end time though. James Cook would have been the running back I take. No, I wouldn't have. What am I talking about? Whatever. It wasn't an egregious ADV difference, right? Yeah. It's actually 2 picks. Rodgers goes right after. Not a big deal. Structurally, this team's probably better for that. That is the downside of using the star method when you're bringing your queue, is that it just grabs over at the top. So you're like 1 click further if you're tanking on the clock. MVS at 109, so good. You just tapped Rodgers, Watson. Okay, that makes sense. I don't think Field makes it back to us, so we're gonna grab him here, quite a bit ahead of ADP, but with almost no chance of making it back. He was fine. And that's the downside of always picking on the turn, is your guys just never make it back to you usually. I think even with that reach on Fields, about like 10 picks, that's the latest I've taken a quarterback in any draft this year. This is not a draft I'm falling in love with, but we're gonna have to make it work. Tim Patrick just won. These drafts are interesting, I think, because it seems like after we get to like this point in the draft, a lot of guys just switch to best available and stop thinking correlation, stop thinking stacks. Like you can tell guys are thinking, like some guys are thinking about it earlier, but there's not a lot of setup to it. They're not really planning out their picks. They're just clicking best available, and they see a guy that fits, they do it. I almost picked Godwin here. I should have done it. I could have hurt his correlation a little bit. But you don't really benefit anything from hurting other people's correlation. You benefit from getting your own correlation. Yeah, Fields definitely would have made it back. He'd be on top of the heap right now. Think about what stacks we have left to do. We can't do Allen's gone. Wilson's gone. I don't want to figure out the Pittsburgh thing. I have Fields. Brady's gone. Mahomes is gone. So we have to get like another stack in our team yet. Let's see if anything. Oh, Kenny Galladay would be kind of cool. Oh, I think we're taking Jameson Williams here instead of Goff. Yeah, I think we take Jameson Williams here when we can set up a Goff deck. So the only thing I don't like about that is we end up with Fields. I'm not gonna force it. Williams is already good because we have the Chicago stack, so our Week 17 stack is Fields, Mooney, Jameson Williams, which I'm not disgusted about, so that feels good. I'm trying to think if Cole Kmet here is in play for me. It's Cole Kmet and then be done at tight end. It's sort of like a dead zone running back for me. It's not going to get better. So Jameson Crowder at the top, but I have Diggs already. Oh, you took Cole Kmet? Why? Okay, we'll take Rashad White then. Why did they gotta take Cole Kmet? He has double tapped 2 random tight ends. Cool. Trying to figure out what he's doing. Like, isn't Robert Tonyan available? Dude, Robert Tonyan's right at the top of the queue for tight end. He just took Cole Kmet instead. Interesting. Yeah, wouldn't this team be like so much better with Tonyan instead of Kmet? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Gesicki, Tua, or Mondre. Dude's got an actual Week 19 stack. Jalen. Or week 17 stack, not 19. Okay, both the guys after me have 2 quarterbacks already too. I don't think I need to worry then about another one. I think if you take Brady Rodgers, you're good. Lance, Tua, maybe you take another one. I wouldn't, but maybe someone else would. I don't think Rodgers, Brady ever takes a third. If I had Trey Lance and Tua, I wouldn't take a third. So that's interesting. If I go off the premise that neither of these guys will take a quarterback for the draft, I just never take a quarterback on the first pass through. I take the other guy that I want. They also both have 2 tight ends, but they're both like, okay, he has Hawk And Gasicki, he's probably done at tight end. Brian with Komet probably goes for a third, though. How's my team looking? We're at a 1-4-6 winner now.
Never really know just what you want. With you, I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free. You know I'm addicted to you. And it's twisted you can give.
Man, I'm starting to think this might be a jerk-off team. I don't like stacking quarterbacks in the same Week 17 game, but I think I need to think beyond that.
I got issues in my head. I like you in my bed, but you keep me on red. Oh, everything is like a test. I better not text or I'll come off desperate. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nose, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get?
Yeah, I think I need to think like one step further than that.
Will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruise.
I might just take Hayden Hurst for the Cincinnati Buffalo correlation in a couple of rounds.
Think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it
All else fails, pick Taysom Hill and take a 0 for that week with the Taysom Hill quarterback upside.
I wish you loved me like I love you. It's stupid. When I'm alone with you, I never feel lucid.
Taysom Hill's undraftable on DK because he's a quarterback, but on here it's like way more interesting.
I feel so useless. I feel dying.
DJ Chark goes okay. DJ Chark goes
Silhouettes of you are like
at 1-4-6-1. I'm digging Robbie here. Am I? A little bit of a reach, but they're going.
sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.
I'm probably Robbie Khalil Herbert here. These tight ends aren't doing it for me. Quarterbacks don't do anything for me. This really sets us up so we can take Baker like super late. Really? No, he has Montgomery, doesn't he? He's handcuffed him. He's handcuffed himself. Why? Okay, hold on. I think we're at Gainwell then. I like any Gainwell. Just straight up. Jamal Williams will be there for us if we wait. It's like George Pickens. Receivers really drying up. Corey Davis might have been better. Corey Davis is straight up like better. I think in my construction, Pickens is a bit better. I haven't decided who's starting at quarterback for the Steelers yet. I might take a snag at Trubisky. Most of the time they just go undrafted. But it's gonna be one of them. I think, like, obviously it's gonna be one of them. I think it's gonna be Trubisky. Trubisky's definitely starting week 1. It could be like one of those, like, let's go to this on. Could be like definitely be like one of those things where if if Pittsburgh's playoff viable with Trubisky, he'll never Kenny Pickett will never see the field. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. So if Trubisky had like 95% sure he's going to start week 1, and if Pittsburgh is at all playoff eligible while he's starting, I think they just roll with him the entire year. The person in spot 1 just did like a huge bad. They have Patrick Mahomes and have gone for 3 quarterbacks. I might do 3 quarterbacks, actually. This might be like my first 3 quarterback build. I might grab Baker and then one of Pickett, Trubisky, probably Trubisky, in the last round. All my indications lean towards Trubisky starting. But I want the guy who's going to be starting week 17, right? Like, they paid him. That's always like my go-to answer when trying to decide things. They paid Trubisky. He's 2 years, $14 million. I don't think you just write that off. Teams don't like doing that. It's why players who aren't good still get to play. Okay, where are we at? Jamal Williams is sitting here for me now, huh? Jamal Williams is super good on this team. We're gonna end up on this team's getting bad because we're gonna end up on 6 running backs, I think. Maybe not. We have 8 receivers already. Are we just not taking another receiver? How many picks do we have left? We have 3 picks left. 1 quarterback and 1 tight end for sure. Dude, no shot he took Hayden Hurst. Okay. You know, I said this guy was probably gonna take 3 tight ends, and I just didn't care about my own advice. Okay. What's left? Alright, we're just taking like Taysom Hill in the 17th round. We have Jamal Williams and James. Gosh, do we just take off? Nothing else I like here. Daniel Jones still being here is pretty cringe. He should have been drafted by somebody. Carson Wentz. These guys, yeah. Like I just did it, but like these guys with 1 quarterback, just like are getting a free Daniel Jones. Kenny Galladay drafter with one quarterback. It's Daniel Jones at 187. Does he realize the gift he's been given? Yeah. Okay. That's it. He has to do it, right? He has to. His draft is really nice too. He goes hero RB and then doesn't take another one until Tony Pollard in the 7th. It's this nice Higgins, Brown, Davis, Metcalf, Joe Burrow. Oh, I think he wants a Seattle quarterback. I think he wants Hawk, whoever it is. His Metcalf and Pocket. Probably was thinking about it. He's like, do I take 30 picks off of Daniel Jones with with Kenny Galladay? Because I don't think if you take Burrow, you ever go 3 QBs. Good thing we went Goff though. This really started a run. We could go. Oh, we could if Baker makes it to 202. We will take him. And we hope this ragtag bunch of running backs gets us through. Like Dobbins is like confident locked in. As long as these 4 other guys can fill up the other spot, we're good. I don't hate it. I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea. Does everybody have 2 quarterbacks now? Yes, right? Yes. I want to get the picks past me. They 3 tight ends and 2 tight ends. I don't think this last guy said take another tight end. So I'm staring down the barrels of a 3-5-8-2 build. Oh, we hit him with the last round with Tommy Tremble. What is my best ball guide have for I've guide as Tommy Tremble as getting drafted more than Ian Thomas. But my notes say low tight end volume, CMC red zone. Oh. There you go. How Baker goes. Ruins my plan anyways. I don't usually take Logan Thomas. I'll explain why. Carson Wentz is bad. I'll explain why that might not. Why I'm thinking maybe I'm on the wrong. He's definitely the #1 tight end option on the team. Carson Wentz can't throw it very far. So actually, that's the only thing Carson Wentz is really good at, is throwing it deep, I guess. But in the red zone, he's gonna find the biggest guy and throw it to him. And it's mixed between Logan Thomas and then like Terry McLaurin. So I think my chances of Logan Thomas just get some red zone touchdowns once in a while. Doesn't really if Kelsey sucks and I'm using Logan Thomas's stats a bunch, his team doesn't matter anyways, so. draft like you're right, and I get 16 weeks of Kelsey. That's my only uncorrelated player. So last pick should just be Mitch Trubisky for me. Feels like it's gonna be Mitch Trubisky's offense for the season, unless things really go off the unless they're like 0-6. I don't mind on a 3 QB build. You could argue that Kenny Pickett's better on a 3 QB build, but it's like if Pittsburgh's turned into Kenny Pickett, I already have not got any points from Deontay Johnson and George Pickens, so might as well just hope Pittsburgh's like a 500 team. They'd never bench Trubisky because they have a chance at the playoffs. Seems the most reasonable to me. I think I never got Brian Pringle. We took too many receivers. This draft went okay. Not great. Okay. Where it went off the rails a little bit. If I would have double tapped Rodgers Fields, this would have been better. Cook wasn't the right pick here. In hindsight, I should have taken Cole Kmet here. Wasn't expecting this guy to double tap tight end, and he should have taken Robert Tonyan if he did that. Didn't expect all the 3 tight ends on this turn. Cole Kmet is if they take 2, if each of them takes tight ends instead of 3 of them, Cole Kmet makes it back to me. I didn't think Jameson was making it back to me at all because this guy had Amon-Ra and Hawk already. I'm not sure why he. Yeah, whatever. So I went Jameson Williams, thinking Cole Kmet to go back and didn't. So on Rashad White. Rashad White just always seems to be there. People don't like taking him. Robbie Anderson's fine. Pickens is fine. Pickens and Davis was a toss-up. Pickens fit the build better. Jamal Williams, I think, is being way underdrafted. Goff, Logan Thomas, Trubisky. Would have liked to got an earlier quarterback, so I could have done a 2 QB build. Would have gotten one more running back. I don't know if Dobbins and a handful of other guys gets it done at running back, but hopefully. I mean, Swift gets hurt, and this is an insane team. Leonard Fournette will get hurt at some point, and Rashad White will get play. James Cook should get play right away. Edwards-Helaire should get is still the best starting running back on the best offense in the league, or one of the best offenses in the league. So, I have unstacked Diggs. I have Diggs and no Bengal. But don't mind the team. Gonna wrap it up there. Good draft. Usually I look at the other teams really quickly. Don't really feel like doing that though. There wasn't anything crazy. I thought this guy in 12 spot did really good. Gonna kick me out pretty soon. He doesn't do any week 17 giga stacks, but it's not bad. Alright, through five puppy drafts, here's the exposure for the puppy. Well, that's not right. This is an update immediately. Yeah. Okay. So, no point in that. I want to show one draft I did earlier today because it was this one. Nope, this one. The Giga KC stack. You'll see why we did this. Why this worked. First of all, I got Eckler at pick 8. Feels really good. The insane part of this, though, is Kelsey fell to pick 17. Kelsey at any point in the second round feels too good. And then we ended up retune on MVS. I didn't think they'd both either of them would make back. Skymore made all that back, so we ended up with Kelsey, MVS, Skymore, Mahomes with a Cortland Sutton bring back for week 17. Feels really good. And then a Tua, Ramondre, Jalen Waddle, Gesicki, Jacoby Myers. Like, this is giga stacked. So if this team makes it to week 17 and those two games blow up, we've got it. We've got it covered. But leave it there for now. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment.